walking through a narrow alley in a favela in Rio de Janeiro, where brick houses stack tightly on a steep hillside and electric wires cross above my head. The afternoon light is harsh, reflecting off concrete walls covered in faded paint and soot marks from old fires. I smell smoke before I see it, a thick, bitter odor drifting between the houses and sticking to my throat. I stop moving when I notice dark smoke rising fast from a small house built with exposed red bricks and a corrugated metal roof. The fire is active, flames pushing out through a broken window and licking the doorway from the inside. People are not visible in the alley, and the space feels suddenly empty and dangerous. As I get closer, I see movement inside the smoke near the entrance of the burning house. A muscular adult pit bull appears at the doorway, its short gray coat stained with ash and soot. The pit bull is coughing, its chest moving fast, and its eyes are wide and glassy from smoke irritation. The dog does not bark or make a sound, but it steps forward and then back again, trapped by heat and fear. Flames roll along the ceiling behind the pit bull, and pieces of burning debris fall to the floor. The pit bull looks directly at me, holding eye contact while its body trembles from exhaustion and heat. I realize the dog cannot escape alone because the fire blocks the interior, and the alley is narrow and filled with smoke. The pit bull lowers its head slightly, paws slipping on the concrete floor near the doorway. The fire grows louder, crackling and popping as it consumes the inside of the house. I feel the urgency rise as the smoke thickens and the pit bull remains stuck at the threshold, silently asking for help without a single sound. I move deeper into the alley, and the smoke becomes thicker, pressing against my chest and slowing my breathing. The fire spreads fast inside the brick house, and the heat grows strong enough to sting my skin even from outside. I notice sparks landing near exposed electrical wires above, creating the risk of sudden explosions. The ground beneath my feet is uneven and slippery with ash, forcing me to slow down when every second matters. The adult pit bull remains trapped at the doorway, its body now lower, muscles weakening as smoke fills its lungs. The dog's movements become slower, and its chest struggles to expand fully with each breath. Flames reach higher along the interior walls, and the metal roof begins to bend slightly from heat stress. I realize the structure is unstable and could collapse at any moment. The alley fills with darker smoke, reducing visibility to just a few feet. I feel my eyes burn and water, and my vision blurs as oxygen becomes scarce. The pit bull coughs silently again, its head dropping for a moment before lifting with effort. A loud crack comes from inside the house as a beam shifts under pressure. I understand that waiting any longer could mean losing the pit bull, and possibly my own chance to escape. Time turns into an enemy, and every delay increases the risk. The fire roars louder, dominating the narrow space and leaving no room for hesitation. I make a clear decision and move forward despite the heat pressing against my skin and the smoke burning my lungs. I grab a thick piece of cloth from nearby debris and wrap it tightly around my forearm for minimal protection. I lower my body and advance slowly, keeping my balance on the unstable concrete floor. The adult pit bull remains at the doorway, barely standing, its muscles shaking and its breathing shallow. I extend my protected arm carefully, staying low to avoid the hottest air and flying embers. The fire continues to roar behind the pit bull, and the structure creaks under extreme stress. I position myself to the side, avoiding a direct path of flames while keeping the exit clear. I apply steady pressure and guide the pit bull forward, using calm, controlled movements. The pit bull hesitates but shifts its weight toward the alley, responding to the physical guidance. At that moment, I hear emergency activity approaching from the lower part of the favela. Firefighters arrive at the edge of the alley wearing protective gear and carrying hoses and breathing equipment. They quickly assess the situation and signal for coordinated movement. One firefighter directs water into the interior to reduce heat, while another clears falling debris. The flames weaken slightly, creating a brief but critical window. With the fire suppressed just enough, I guide the pit bull out of the doorway and into safer air. The intervention works, and the pit bull crosses the threshold away from the fire, giving us a chance to survive. I feel the ground vibrate as the burning house shifts under extreme heat and structural stress. The flames surge suddenly, louder and brighter, pushing back against the firefighters' efforts. I realize the structure is seconds away from total collapse. The adult pit bull stumbles again, its legs finally giving in as exhaustion overwhelms its body. Smoke thickens rapidly, swallowing the alley and reducing visibility almost to zero. I make a fast decision and pull the pit bull closer to me, keeping its head low near the ground. A loud cracking sound comes from above, signaling a major structural failure. The metal roof bends sharply, glowing red from heat. Fire erupts outward as part of the ceiling collapses into the doorway. Debris and embers fly across the alley, filling the air with heat and danger. Firefighters shout commands silently through gestures, increasing water pressure. I move at the exact right moment, dragging the pit bull just out of reach of falling debris. A heavy section of roof crashes down where we were seconds before. The alley fills with steam, ash, and falling fragments. When the dust begins to clear, I realize the decision to move saved both of us. The pit bull remains alive, pressed against the ground beside me, as the fire loses its final chance to claim it. I remain beside the adult pit bull as the smoke thins and fresh air slowly returns to the alley. The fire is now contained, and only small pockets of flame remain inside the collapsed house. The adult pit bull begins to breathe more steadily, its chest rising and falling in a calmer rhythm. I gently help the pit bull shift into a more comfortable position on the wet concrete. Firefighters move closer, checking the area and confirming the danger is past. The pit bull lifts its head again, eyes clearer now, reacting to light and movement. Water continues to spray softly in the background, cooling the ruins. The adult pit bull manages to sit upright, still weak but fully alive. I stay nearby, keeping a protective presence without forcing contact. The alley feels different, quieter, no longer hostile. The pit bull stands slowly, testing its legs with caution. I watch as the pit bull steadies itself, no longer trembling from fear. Firefighters create a safe path through the alley, opening space away from debris. The adult pit bull walks forward, leaving the burned house behind. It pauses briefly, turning its head toward me in silent acknowledgement. Then the pit bull continues on, free from danger, alive and safe as the scene settles into calm.